It was OSU got out-coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an anytime goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2. So lock that.
This doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was fine.
D-backs here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind.
What's going on, people? We are back. It is another Saturday morning, which means one thing. It is Sharpz Sports Network. We are back with all of the college football playoffs that you need to know about. We also have week 18 of the NFL to break down. There's a lot to talk about, and we got 3 out of the 4 fellas to do it. We got McDilly. Obviously, that's me. We got Tycho. We got Snoop Luke. The Wanderer might just wander his way in here. He might not. We'll see. But we got a lot to get to, starting with football. So enough talking. Let's get to spiraling and tackling and smashing and all that good shit.
Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Good snap. Good hold. And the kick is blocked. Appalachian State has stunned the college football world. One of the greatest upsets.
Throwing to Kroll, catches the lateral. Here comes Willis. Willis racing to the end zone.
Dobbs heaves it. They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Jawan Jennings.
Michigan at the 41. What a hit. Ball's free. On the ground. South Carolina
Inside of 40. This is from 45, and it's blocked. Lions scoop it up. Brad Haley will score!
All right, let's get right on into it. The college football playoffs are alive and well. They're rolling, and we got to roll with them. We had it on Wednesday. We had it, all was supposed to be on Wednesday, but then due to unforeseen circumstances, there was one on Thursday, but they have all taken place. Let's start it off. Wednesday, Texas, Arizona State. We had a fucking game that first half of the game, if you were Tyler, if you were me, if you're any of those watching, you were thinking, shit, here we go again. Texas is going to come in here and just drop cocks on me. This is not good.
We were maybe 10, 15 minutes in, and I fucking texted the chat and said this game is fucking over.
It was 7-0.
I was like, what the hell am I watching? It was right after the kick return. I sent the text. I'm like, dude, Texas has run 3 plays, and it's 14-0.
Yeah, it was 17-3 at halftime, and then all of a sudden, Arizona State got a safety, and boy, did that safety start a fucking momentum shift because they got those.
17-5 changes things. Think about that.
They got a 17-5, and then they started the momentum shift. They got Cam Scatterbo the ball over and over and over again. He's throwing up. He might have a concussion. It doesn't matter. He's getting back in the game, and he's running the ball a couple more times. They got it all the way to overtime, where Texas had a game-winning field goal opportunity. They missed. They missed the fuck out of that bitch.
I also want to highlight there was a couple people from Arizona State's I think it was the cheer or dance team or some shit. They were getting off the field while the kicker for Texas was warming up for his field goal. And I don't know if it was intentional or not, but this guy right before his last attempt at his practice kick on the sideline, the Arizona State cheer team walked right in front of him, so he couldn't kick it. He had to wait 5 seconds. And then he went to kick it, and then they flash forward to the next time he's attempting the kick, and he fucking doinks it. So shout out to ASU's cheer team for getting that little pause, mess with his brain, and get the doink.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
The score being 17-5, and then it end up being tied going into overtime, so weird.
Yeah.
You look at it at 17-5, and it's there's no way this game's ever going to be tied. Well, it was.
Yeah, and they got it, like we said, we got it to overtime. We got it to the point where Arizona State had the football. They scored a touchdown. Texas scored a touchdown. And Texas got the ball. And they scored a touchdown in the first fucking play of double overtime. And then Arizona State ended up throwing an interception. Texas won 39-31.
So, first things first, we shout out Arizona for covering the spread. Good job.
Hell yeah.
Second that hasn't been talked about enough, in my opinion, since I had to try to find the video and it bothered me. Arizona State got a field goal blocked.
Yep.
That field goal that got blocked during this game was blocked at the line of scrimmage. So the ball kept going. It bounced. And eventually it bounced through the uprights. Now, something that I didn't know until I watched the video this morning and had a guy break down the fucking rule book. Apparently, if a kick is blocked, the ball is still considered live, which is why if you block a kick and you pick it up and return it back for a touchdown, you still get points. Same way on an extra point, you still get points because the ball is live, which means on the other end of things, if the ball bounces off the ground and then goes through the uprights, it is still considered a made field goal. However, in the Texas-Arizona State game, Arizona State got it blocked. It still bounced through the uprights, did not count as a made field goal, even though according to the rule book, it should have given Arizona State a 3-point lead, which in turn would have resulted in a very different ending to this game. Now, I've heard that Arizona State has appealed this to the College Football Committee, but I have not heard anything other than that. I just want to know what you guys think about this, because I feel like we have enough people in the rules analyst room in New York, wherever they do all their fucking replay stuff, like enough people in the ref association to where somebody should have been like, hey, that's a made field goal. And nobody said a fucking word. What do you guys think?
It's rigged.
It's rigged.
It's rigged. Nothing more to say. It's rigged. They didn't want to see their baby little Texas get taken down by ASU. That's all it is. That's all fucking it.
I mean, even as funny as that is, I also can't really dispute that, because honestly, that could be true.
No, you're not gonna like my
like the world's corrupt.
I think that it is the right call, because I mean, me and 99.9% of fans that were watching it had no idea this was a fucking rule until after it was explained. I do think that, going back to what you were saying, should there have been somebody, maybe?
You know what I mean? Somebody knew.
Yeah, I agree 110%, but I don't think you can, make the argument that we're making, considering that a couple days later, everyone in the world is finding out, oh, this was a thing. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. If I would have known that was a thing at the time, it would have been great. Yeah. So it kind of sucks.
Definitely sucks. But another point the guy made at the end of the video is the college football playoffs are actually determined by a committee and not by the actual results of wins and losses in football games. So you can't replay the game. You can't go back.
No.
But could you just put ASU in the semis?
Yeah, but then what?
Good, but then it's all fucked up. So there's no way to do it, and they're going to get fucked.
Cam Scatabo has a concussion, so he would not be able to go the next game. So then what? They would die.
You find a doctor.
They would die. So actually, I'm happy that Texas was the one that won this game, because Texas has a team that can actually go and compete with Ohio State, rather than what would happen if it was ASU.
I know I'm jumping the gun on this, but I don't think Texas is going to compete with Ohio State.
I think they're going to compete more than ASU would have. I
don't think anybody's going to compete with Ohio State. I think they're going to run away with the Natty. Anyways.
Okay.
We can move on.
Let's do it. Number 6, Ohio State played number 1, Oregon. They came out with a 34-0 lead with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. That's all I have to say about this football game. You can fucking figure out.
I didn't send the text about this one, but this one was definitely fucking over.
It was 34-0. It was 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Oregon tried to score an 8-point conversion at the end of halftime to make it look cute, but no, it was 41-21, which was the final. Jeremiah Smith fucking cooked. Emeka Ibuka fucking cooked. Travion Henderson cooked. Quinshon Judkins cooked. Will Howard cooked. Every single person on this Ohio State offense was shredding the Ducks like paper. It was the Ohio State football that we all knew that if they played against every team in the league, they could beat, and they almost beat Oregon by doing. They did it here against Oregon. When they don't try to get in their own way, when they don't try to prove points, when they try to play Ohio State's football of we have the best receivers in the league. We just need them to be able to break coverages, get free, and then use the run game in between with Judkins and Travion. They are the number one favorite for the national championship. Yeah.
As they should be. Because like you said, they only fuck themselves up. People don't fuck them up. They fuck themselves up. That's when they lose.
Yeah.
And yes, it happens more often than not. But I will say the one thing that I thought was hilarious was how Oregon's head coach, even though he just got dismantled by Ohio State, still took it upon himself to throw a shot at Ohio State losing to Michigan after the game in his press conference, which hilarious. But like I said, at the end of the last segment we talked about, Ohio State is the clear favorite for the national championship as long as they play the way they've been playing since the Michigan game, which since the Michigan game wasn't their type of football. Ever since then, they switched to their type of football, which as many football traditionalists know is not traditional. The pass sets up the run for Ohio State. For every other team that's ever existed, the run sets up the pass. But if they don't start off passing, they're screwed. If they start running, they are screwed. They have to start passing, and when the passing game's working, then they break off those huge runs with their two elite running backs. So for some reason, it doesn't work the other way. I don't know why.
I don't think it has yes, I'm not saying that Ohio State doesn't have an insane passing game. Like they do. They 100% do. Mm-hmm. But we've seen it. All four teams with the bye lost. All four teams really did not look that good at the start of the games.
Oregon didn't play football in 3 weeks.
I don't think it's as much as Ohio State really just mustered them up so bad and was just doing that. I think it's more of, the Ducks came into that game sleeping until the second half. And by then, if you come to a game sleeping against OSU, especially this year, they're going to have already an insane lead. And at that point, you're really just they're so far ahead, you're not catching up. I think it's more of the Ducks came in sleeping for half the game. And then they got down so bad they couldn't recover, even if they woke fully back up, which they kind of did, but they really didn't.
I think it's
woken all the way back up. The problem is Ohio State wasn't going to sleep anytime soon. So.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think Ohio State, they smelled that blood in the water when they came at the kickoff. They said, okay, if we can just come out here and punch them in the fucking mouth, and we can come out hot, we can come out on fire, they're not going to be able to catch up.
I'm sure they all were well aware that Oregon had not played a football game in 25
almost 3 weeks, yeah.
So that would definitely been the first thing I would have said, coach. Go out there and punch somebody in the fucking face and let them know.
See, it's actually funny because that was my biggest issue with the old I can't remember if it's the same setup this year. I think it is.
It's what you hate about the MLB.
No, not. I mean, yes, that's also. I know it's basically the same effect as the MLB, but it's that was my biggest issue with the playoffs. Last year and the years before that, where it's 4 teams, but then they play on New Year's, and then they have to wait almost a month to play the championship game. It's no matter, and they almost have to wait a month to play those games too. So it's you're given a month break for each team in the playoffs, which ruined both teams and every team that's involved momentum, and you have to just pray that your team's the team that just picks it up early in the game and just comes back in a football mindset, which we've all played sports. We know that is hard to do when you have that long of a break.
Facts.
Yeah, bro, that's tough as fuck.
That's been my biggest problem is the big breaks before the actual playoff games. Have all the bowl games after the fucking playoffs.
If I was in the playoffs for hockey or some shit, and we were just in a fucking grinder of a series, and then we had 2 weeks off, but the other team that we played didn't, and they were just in a grinder, and they get right back to it against us, they're gonna fucking cream us first game for sure.
You know what I mean? It's just
1 week isn't bad, but 2 weeks is brutal.
But it's just like any other playoffs, though. So, I mean, you can make the argument for anything. You watch hockey, somebody has a 4-game series, somebody has a 7-game series. They're not playing hockey for 2 weeks.
That's why the argument's been the same way for every sport for years.
Yeah.
Is the bye a good thing or is the bye a bad thing?
Agreed.
It's been a thing in every sport.
What did I tell? Not last season, the season before that, when the Panthers made that miracle run, like the LA Kings style, to the Stanley Cup final. But then they ended up sweeping Carolina, and I told you this isn't good for them because they're going to be completely cold. They're going to, or was it the Rangers? I can't remember if it was the Rangers or fucking.
I don't
Carolina.
Remember.
Whatever it is, you make your point is valid.
And then I'm just like, dude, you don't want to sweep because then you're going to be there, and then the other team that goes to Game 6 or Game 7 is still going to be hot and on their momentum for winning a series that goes that deep.
And
then they came out flat-footed against the Knights.
Well, we had one more game. Notre Dame played Georgia on Thursday in New Orleans. The number 5 team against the number 2 team. And this is what happens when you have Riley Leonard versus Gunnar Stockton. You get this game. So I do want to start off by saying shout out to Notre Dame. I mean, I don't think many people had them being in the semifinals for the college football playoff national championship. Just saying that in general is crazy. But then we'll get to the game. So Riley Leonard.
Time out. You can go right back to that, and I'll comment again. These motherfuckers lost to NIU this year. That was this year. This season that happened. For anyone that forgot, NIU is probably feeling real good right about now.
I just keep thinking of the press conference.
What happened?
I just keep thinking of the press conference after that game when they asked the coach, they said, hey, if Notre Dame wins the national championship, then does that mean you won the national championship? And he went, hell yeah.
They did. They advanced.
Look,
they advanced. They're in the
at NIU right now.
In the third round.
I already feel like we won the Natty. We already did. Look, we beat those motherfuckers. You see what they just did to Georgia? Yeah. Put us in the paw.
NIU beat Georgia. Simple as that.
Yeah, Notre Dame really.
Simple as that.
It was an even fucking football game. They just scored 17 points in 50 seconds, and those 17 points in 50 seconds won them the football game.
Nah. Notre Dame played the living fuck out of Georgia and Kirby, dude. The living fuck out of them. They literally lined up with their punt team. All right, yeah, here, we're punting. Oh, wait, no, they're all scrambling off the field. So now the Notre Dame's offense scrambling on the field. But, Kirby's like, okay, yeah, I still get the swap out. But, dude, by the time they got out there was like 6 seconds left on the play clock. And then they're just scrambling. So Georgia's defensive line is all riled up, like all like fucking frantic and everything. So it's like they're panicking. They're like, oh, fuck, they're not set. They're not calm. They're in a frantic panic. And then they got him to bite on the hard count, which I saw coming because you're in that mode and you're scrambling on the field. You get set and you only have 5 seconds to really collect yourself. You're more than likely
you're going on the
jump.
First hut, dude. You're going on the first hut every time.
Right.
Smart
fucking
stuff.
3,000 IQ.
I mean, when you got a fucking walk-on who's never played a snap in your fucking life costing you 15-yard penalties on the sidelines, things are going wrong. Things are just going fucking wrong. That poor guy.
Bro, they showed the very next fucking play. They showed him on the sideline. He's behind like 4 walls of people. Like he's not allowed anywhere near the fucking field after what he did.
And that sucks because he got to say, I saw Big Cat say this on Part of My Take, and I think this is so true. He's going to get to say for the rest of his life, I was on Kirby Smart's Georgia team. And everyone's going to go, really? What's your name? He's going to have to drop his name, and they're going to go, oh.
You're that guy.
We hate you.
I know who you are.
Oh, by the way. Bah, 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 right to the face.
Did you ever play? No.
I mean,
was involved in the game.
Did you ever play? I was in a play once.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that, but honest. Yeah, did that have an effect on the game? Yeah, but that wasn't like the determining factor of
No. It's just when you're in a 7-point game when momentum is starting to shift and you have a huge
And you haven't had momentum the entire game.
And you have a huge chance to get a touchdown, and then you result in a 15-yard penalty, which brings you to now 3rd and 19. So you have to take a field goal instead of a touchdown on that drive. It's a little irritating.
It's irritating, but it's just also a coping mechanism instead of blaming the team for not
Kirby
doing
Smart
what they need to
all
do.
The blame, he's like, I can blame this fucking walk-on.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism.
Like
maybe if it was like a 1-score game and that was like the end of the game and that caused them to miss the touchdown, it got called back, and then the next play they didn't get the touchdown and lost the game. Yeah, that's that kid's fault.
Yeah, but I feel like, bro, you just come to expect this type of thing, bro.
They lost.
Yes.
But no, you just
that's what I mean,
gotta expect this type of thing from these coaches that are like, I've won all these championships. I'm on top of the SEC every year. Like, it's not my fault we did this. Like, they didn't execute. They didn't do this. You got such a big head because he's won so much. It's like, it's never my fault. They just didn't do my game plan. If they would have done what I wanted, we would have won. It's like, no.
Yeah, they're all dominant. Yeah, crazy. They're all dominant before the playing level was filled where everyone could pay their fucking players.
Yeah, Riley Leonard.
Coincidence that the fall of the SEC and Bama and Georgia happened the very year. Fucking,
Wait a second. We can get money to go everywhere? Oh, fuck this. I'm not waiting 4 years to get one snap at Bama. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Right? Crazy.
Also, before we move on, I do just want to shout you out real quick, Luke. You guys started the year and ended the year beating Alabama. I do want to shout you guys up for that. That
has never happened. No other college football team has ever beaten Alabama twice in the same calendar year.
Yeah.
January 1st and December 31st.
You take that.
You cut it close, but you did it.
You take that ReliaQuest bowl and stick it right in the trophy case next to the natty.
Dude, and in the same fashion, too.
Honestly, they're going to need a separate trophy case for trophies that they've won against.
Where we beat Bama.
Literally, dude.
We beat Bama.
Dude, it was a 1-score game again. No, because it had to be, because, it was overtime the first time. But this one, it was a 1-score game again. 4th down on Milrow. And he fucked the pooch again because we got pressure.
Yeah, but the good thing is that I didn't know that Alabama didn't know how to play football in the rain. So that helped you a lot. No one told me that.
The amount of turnovers was insane.
The first drive of the game, Milrow snapped to him, and the ball went off his hands 4 fucking times. He went,
the first 3 plays they ran, they had 2 turnovers.
You could say this, but we all should have seen this coming, because last year, how many times, they were blaming it on the snapper, but in reality, that's more. I'm starting to think it's more Milrow not being able to fucking catch the ball when it snapped, because it happened a lot last year where they lost a lot of yardage and almost lost some games because of it, and did lose game because of it. This year, they get into that really wet, rainy game. Dude, I don't think I've ever seen so many drop snaps. That was bad. I think Milrow's the problem, not that snapper from last year. Or that center from last year. Whatever you want to call him. Snapper, center.
Milrow
both are right.
Milrow had 9 fumbles in 2023 and 7 fumbles in 2024, both top 5 in the SEC. So Luke has a case. I'm just saying.
He does have a case. All I'm going to say to rebuttal it as a Milrow guy is that he is also a running quarterback. So some of those fumbles are him getting fucking popped by middle linebackers because he thinks he's a running back.
Yeah.
Now, does he have some
I'm not saying every single one of them, but a good majority of them.
I know. I also watched the game. It was bad.
It was bad.
But I can't say that it's all Milrow.
Yeah, they've only had 4 different
centers
since he's been there, and they just keep fumbling the ball. of course.
Well, I mean,
all
you know what else is a problem,
all-
Dylan? Not having the same fucking center year after year. That's an issue.
I know.
You
I'm
got
not
to
being
build
sarcastic.
like a relationship.
I wasn't being sarcastic. I was being
Yeah, it's bad. You need the same fucking line for like 2 or 3 years if you want to have like a solid, cohesive unit.
Yeah.
You don't have that. And honestly, it's hard as fuck to get that in college football now. So, I mean, good luck to anybody.
Okie dokie. So, I guess we don't even have to do fucking predictions yet, right? Because
yeah,
when is the
that's
game?
true.
The
But
game
then,
is...
I mean, other people, you just gotta.
Oh, we do have to do predictions. All right.
Oh, don't worry, we gotta wait another month before that. Jesus.
Thursday, January 9th at 7:30 on ESPN. We got the Orange Bowl. Number 5, Notre Dame. Number 4, Penn State. Notre Dame is minus 2-point favorites. It was 1.5. Now it's 2 points. Maybe it will go to 2.5. It probably will. But yeah, how we feeling?
Feeling like I'm verifying my identity because I got a new phone. Thanks, DraftKings. Hold on. Go ahead, Luke.
Let's see. Which one did you do? Dame or Penn State or Ohio State, Texas?
He did
Notre Dame, Penn
Notre Dame.
State. All right, I'll start it off here. So the way that I'm looking at everything,
This is so tough.
I'm looking at it like Riley Leonard is probably going to come in here and be smacked. I hate to say it, but Penn State's defense, the way that it comes in, that's going to be the only thing that they have to really help win this game. I know Nick Singleton. I know the running game. I know that's where offensively they're going to have to shine. But I think that defense is going to be the only thing that's they're going to have to keep them in this game. And I don't think it's going to last. I have Notre Dame winning this football game. I am taking big game James to lose once again. I'm going to take the Irish.
So my question to myself in my own head is this game the game that's too big for Penn State?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because earlier it was like, oh, this isn't actually like the college football playoff, like big game that Penn State loses. No. Then they go to the next round. Oh, is this the one? No. Still not a big name school they're playing. Still a little downsized. Not everybody really cares because they think Penn State's going to blow them out.
GG's.
No, Penn State's in a big old game that everybody's going to be watching, and all the marbles are on Penn State to try to get to their first natty in God knows how fucking.
But what you also got to realize is usually that big game that they lose is against a Big Ten team.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but they don't really get the opportunity to play Notre Dame.
They don't play other teams. I was going to say they don't play other SEC, ACC.
They don't get that opportunity to get their head kicked in, They don't give themselves enough exposure to getting their heads kicked in.
And Notre Dame
or
doesn't
possibly
even have a conference.
Well, we all know Notre Dame. Didn't Notre Dame used to be in the Big Ten?
Nope.
No, Notre Dame has always been an independent school, but there was always talk of them joining the Big Ten, and then they went
because they feel
fuck you guys.
Yeah, they're not part of it.
They got paid more money as an independent school than joining the TV contracts, which is
because they used to play. Because they used to play Michigan or Michigan State every year. That's probably why you think that.
Yeah. Well, they at least
I knew they were
one
independent. I just
game.
didn't know if they've ever been in one or if they've always been like that. But they always feel like they're more of a Big Ten team than any other. So this gives me Big Ten vibes. And so yes, I'm picking Notre Dame to win this game.
Okay. Hell yeah. Tycho, you were pretty much eluding your pick. I'm assuming you were taking Notre Dame. You're talking about how James Franklin can't win. So I just assumed that you were going with Notre Dame.
I mean, I said I think that this is the big game, but what if I'm wrong and the big game is actually the natty?
Then he will lose to Ohio State by 45 points.
Give me the Nittany Lions to win.
To win against Notre Dame, go to the national championship, and die.
And then fucking get absolutely steamrolled in the natty.
That's a valid pick. That's a fucking valid pick because the odds of that happening are very true. If it is Ohio State, Notre Dame, honestly, I hate to say it, if it's Ohio State, Penn State, Ohio State, Notre Dame, either way, this spread's going to be
Are we starting to understand why Ohio State's the favorite for the Natty?
I understand.
Because they really only have to win one more game.
Oregon game.
They have to win one more game, and they're basically winning the Natty because whoever they play.
We didn't have a podcast last week, but if you would have asked me who's my fucking favorite, I would have told you Ohio State. 100%. Number 6, Ohio State. Number 3, Texas. Ohio State. Favored -6 points. I'll take them -16.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm taking
Who's
it.
next?
Luke.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas.
As most Michigan
Because just how Ohio State, I'm pretty sure the last time wasn't it like the fucking didn't the Ducks lose to Ohio State last time they had their like fucking like playoff or hopes or just in the playoffs. I think I seen something on that.
You mean last week?
So yeah, no, not yes. I'm talking about in the past. I think the last time or something I seen something where Ohio State ended Oregon, like they did this year. I'm going to use that same thing because the last time Texas played Ohio State, they ended them in this type of
I see
setting.
Okay. That's enough reason for me.
I have Ohio State.
I figured you're taking Texas for reasons unknown, which is just
they are the lesser of two evils.
But hey, I'll take that reason over the other one.
I agree. I will take that reason as well. All right.
They are the lesser of two evils too. I will add that in there.
That's true.
It is 31 minutes on college football, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. If you think we're gonna play all these Week 18 games, you got another fucking thing coming.
Yeah, you crazy.
You crazy, man.
That ain't fucking happening. You seen these? I really just.
Well, the good thing is
I really just want to play the Lions-Vikings game and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. The good thing is we have 2 games that are taking place today that are actually both important. So. Let's get to it.
Oh, yeah, Saturday NFL. I actually deadass forgot about this.
Yes, 4:30 on ABC. We have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. If the Baltimore Ravens win this football game, they officially clinch the division. If Baltimore loses and Pittsburgh wins, spoiler, the second game today, then Pittsburgh wins the division.
Well, I mean...
So might as well do these 2 games at the same time. We got Cincinnati.
There's your fucking 20.5-point spread on this one, you fucking assholes.
You got Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. You got Cleveland and Baltimore. You have the scenario that I just mentioned. The other scenario, because all 4 of those teams are in the same division, if Cincinnati wins this football game and Baltimore loses, then Cincinnati is in the playoffs. So a lot can happen here.
I've been in this situation before as a Lions fan. And I just want to say, PSA to everyone in Cincinnati, by the time your game starts, it will mean absolutely fucking nothing to you. Nothing. You have all your hopes and dreams buried in this fucking Browns team beating the Ravens and Jameis Winston throwing up prayers. I don't think that's a fucking good way to spend your Saturday.
Tyler.
Is he not even playing?
Oh, it's worse than that.
How much worse?
Bailey Zappi worse.
You fucking idiots really think Zappi can take down MVP caliber Lamar Jackson and you can have a good Saturday night trying to watch your fucking Bengals game? Go do anything else but watch football today. Not for you. These games are for everybody else. But if you're actually invested in this Bengals team, go do something else today.
I agree. Tyler said it
fucking
perfectly.
Ravens -20.
Tyler said it perfectly. I don't think it's going to be Ravens -20, but I agree with you.
You ain't getting what you want.
I think they're going to play with them. I think they're going to play with them a little bit. I think they're going to make Cincinnati fans sit here or, go, oh, wait a minute. There could actually be a chance, and then there's not going to be a chance. I think they're going to play with them a little bit.
And then Cincinnati, on the other hand, is going to blow
They'll
up
take
Pittsburgh
Lamar out after
that.
the first quarter. They'll make it a close game, and then they'll win by a touchdown. Give me Baltimore. Because they don't need to play Lamar. They can play Lamar without the whole game, and they'll still fucking win by 2 touchdowns.
Well, you took Baltimore, but are you taking the Browns spread?
No,
then?
sorry. I'm taking Browns +20. That would be my pick.
Okay. needs something here, Dale.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to give us anything.
No, I understand that completely, but we could just move on.
Fuck, dude, I don't know.
You don't have to do this to yourself, Luke.
Hey, okay, so the Bengals and the Steelers play later.
Yeah, minus 2.5 point favorites for Cincinnati. Like I broke it down. Cincinnati has to win to get into the playoffs. Pittsburgh has to win if they want to win the division.
So my exact fucking prediction: Baltimore Slaughterfest. Flip side, Cincinnati Slaughterfest
wins.
because they're fucking angry. They're gonna be so. Oh my god, they're gonna beat Pittsburgh probably by like 14 points and be like, well, see you next year. So that sucks, but I don't really care. Been on the other side of that before. Deal with it.
Pittsburgh just came off of playing the Eagles. They lost 27-10. Then they played the Ravens. They lost 34-17. Then they played the Chiefs. They lost 29-10. What do all three of those fucking teams have in common? They have a quarterback who's good at football. Joe Burrow, number 3.
Joe Burrow might happen to be one of the best at football this year. So
I would make an argument for him to even be an MVP. So
Jamar Chase is also wide receiver number 1 in the NFL.
So once again, Tyler, I'm agreeing with you, and I have Baltimore winning this game, very similar to the Lions-Packers thing that happened last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, I agree. Cincinnati.
Yeah, if you want to know how this turns out, just talk to a Lions fan. We'll tell you.
Well, I mean, Cincinnati's still playing for a playoff spot.
Yes.
Pittsburgh already has one locked up. Are they locked in a seed yet, though?
No. It's
all playing for seeding. That's what everybody's doing this week.
They're going to determine. Yeah.
I still feel like there'll be more fight from Cincinnati because they still need to make the playoffs. I'll pick Cincinnati.
Alrighty, and that's what's going on Saturday, and now we will play the games on Sunday that matters because, like, there's no reason to play 13-3 Buffalo versus 3-13 New England. No one fucking cares.
But Josh Allen could pad his stats for MVP.
Cool, you can go fuck yourself.
By the way, Josh Allen shouldn't win MVP, just saying.
You want to really get into it, Tyler?
I do. I kind of do. It's kind of pissing me off that Lamar Jackson is not the MVP favorite. It actually is driving me crazy.
I agree. It should be Joe Burrow.
I think it should be Lamar over either one of them.
So we both agree that it should be
somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We have the Panthers and the Falcons. This is a big game for the Falcons. 8-8. Come on now. Michael Penix, Bryce Young. 2 quarterbacks that will be in this league, I'm assuming, for the next couple of years to come. Minus 7.5 point favorite for Atlanta. I like Carolina.
Yeah, I do too.
I like Carolina.
I like Carolina in this. I actually kind of like the over too.
Ooh.
I think they're going to put up a bunch of points. They're just going to be trying different shit with their quarterbacks because they both have 2 rookies, basically, because Bryce Young is, I don't know, he still seems like a rookie to me.
Yeah. Luke?
But yeah, I like Carolina.
I'll take Carolina, too.
Ooh. All right. Washington and Dallas. Do we care? You're muted, Tycho.
I like seeing Dallas get their face stomped, so yes.
Okay, so I will ride Washington minus 6.5 with you if you would like to do that.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, 100%.
I know Jay Daniels is currently playing the whole game, so I feel good about that. All right.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Chicago and Green Bay. Nobody gives a fuck. We know what's going to happen there. Jacksonville and Indianapolis are 2 dead teams in a dead division. The Giants and the Eagles. I would rather slam my foot in a car door than watch Tanner McKee play Drew Lock at 1 o'clock. I mean, fuck that, man. Fuck that. Here we go. A game that fucking matters because Tampa Bay needs to win because if they lose and Atlanta wins, we got a catastrophe.
First, a while, I think I might not watch Red Zone. I might just
pick and choose a couple games.
Minus 14-point spread for the Buccaneers over New Orleans. Like I said, Tampa Bay is in a they pretty much need to win unless they want to play the tiebreaker games. I'll ride them. Minus 14 points at home. Baker and the boys.
Why not? Book not.
Come on.
Baker needs it. They've been playing good. Baker got hoed all year. Baker's time to unhoe himself.
I heard a hard sigh from Luke, which means he has a bad feeling.
Oh, no, I'm taking Baker.
Okay, good. Let's go. Beautiful. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I was stretching. Sorry. That's where you got that sigh from.
Okay, I was worried. I was like, shit. He's not as confident as we are. Houston and Tennessee. Why is the spread only 1.5 points? I wasn't going to play this game. I was just curious. Are they playing a different quarterback? What the fuck? Why is it a point?
Tennessee?
It's a 1.5 point favorite for Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Tennessee is the favorite.
Will Levis is playing. Who's playing for Houston? That's what I need to know.
CJ Stroud.
Hey, I don't think it is.
Well, I can bet on him for an anytime touchdown, so I think he's playing.
Wait a minute.
QB.
CJ Stroud is playing Will Levis, and they are having the Titans favored minus 1.5 points in this football game.
Looks to be that way, Dylan.
And Nico Collins is healthy.
I can also bet on him as well. Joe Mixon's healthy.
No,
Nico Collins is healthy.
No.
What am I missing?
CJ Stroud is on fantasy. Stroud is projected 3.8 points.
Who's in?
Davis Mills is projected 10.
Yes! Tighten up,
There's the
bitches!
problem.
Woo! I can ride a Titans victory.
So what do they expect? They expect him to play half the game, or why would they both have points? Why would they both have points on fantasy? That would mean they both played. Am I wrong?
Yes, but that means Stroud is barely
Yes, I'm
playing.
wrong?
That means Stroud's going to play the first quarter. That's what that means.
I
Like
said,
Lamar
am I
is.
wrong? And the immediate answer was yes, but the obvious answer is no, I'm not wrong. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so confused.
Me too.
I mean, that's just
You're
like
not alone.
Nico.
I'm
Hey,
also
it's
I'm
just
so
like
lost.
they're probably just not playing them because Nico Collins is only projected 5.5, while two other wide receivers, Mechie and Hutchinson, are
Or maybe
projected
the
higher.
fucking Texans have just fucking sucked dick, and that's why they're not projected to get a lot of points.
Either way,
Maybe-
give me Tennessee.
Maybe their starting quarterback was fucking crying last game, and that's not a good look on the team, so he doesn't get to start. I don't know.
Tighten up.
I don't know. Give me the Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, they
I
already
don't know.
clinched. They already
Vegas
clinched the
knows
division
something.
winner.
Because the division sucks.
Yeah, I know, but they're not going to play their starters already being in playoffs this week.
Works for me.
Come on,
They
Luke.
might
You
play
play your
them.
starters.
Everything you're saying, Luke, is still just Tennessee. I'm still taking
Yeah.
Tennessee. Tennessee.
What are
Tennessee.
you doing, Luke?
I think it'd be fucking hilarious. So this pick is out of humor. I'm picking the Texans. Because even against the Texans backups, they're still barely a favorite.
Okay. San Francisco and Arizona, nobody gives a fuck. Kansas City and Denver, people do give a fuck. The Chiefs are favored minus 10.5 points. We're going to Denver. We're getting.
They are not. The Broncos are favored.
You're right. Carson Wentz is playing. Dylan's apologies. It's a minus 10-point favorite for the Broncos. Carson Wentz is the quarterback for the Chiefs. It is a 31-degree snow game.
Give me the fucking Broncos minus 10.5.
Ain't that great?
Yeah.
Love that. It should be a Broncos
love
ass kick. Love it.
Yeah. So if Mahomes isn't playing, that means
Kelsey isn't playing either.
the refs are going to not alter the game.
Let me put it this way. You can bet on anytime touchdown scores, right?
Yep.
The first 6 options are Broncos before you get to Samaje Perine.
Yeah.
Then another Bronco. Then you get the Carson Steele. Then the Broncos defense.
Yeah, that just shows you where we're at here. So we all got
Yep.
Broncos minus 10
It's
and a half.
Wentz, not Mahomes. The refs are going to be out of the game. Give me the Broncos.
Hell yeah. All right. This is a big game. We have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. If the Seahawks win, they are in the playoffs. If they lose, well, it's a sad, sad day. Actually, the Seahawks have a chance to win the division with this football game. So, fun fact there. 38.5 point over under, 7-point favorites for the Rams.
I'm taking the over. Taking them to each get at 20 points, and I am staying away from the rest of it.
Gotcha.
I am taking Jimmy G and Blake Corum to lead the Rams to victory and knock out the Seattle Seahawks from playoffs.
I'm not even going to elaborate because I think so low of Jimmy G.
I have to ride the opposite of what Luke just said because I'm a football analysis guy, so I'm going to just hop on the other side of Jimmy G and Blake Corum.
I hate Jimmy G so much.
I know you do.
He's not going to get a touchdown, and he's not going to get a passing touchdown, and he's going to win the fucking game because Blake Corum's going to get the touchdown.
I love how much you hate Jimmy G because I did that to you, and then I hopped off.
I hate it because he's so bad. He's so bad.
Hey, he has a winning record when he doesn't throw for a touchdown.
You're damn right he does. 4-0.
He's going to throw a touchdown the first drive, and we're going to know the
4-0, he doesn't throw a tutty. And he'll be 5-0, damn it. Don't play with him. Don't give him a chance.
Just put him in the game and have him throw 0 passes.
Field goals for him because he'll win that game. I'm just saying, you know it's true, damn it.
I'm so mad that we didn't play week 18 in our fantasy because I re-picked up Corum. I was like, dude, when they start sitting players, I'm gonna play them. But he's playing this week. Didn't play last. He didn't get the start last week. Big sad. Big sad.
All right. You guys ready?
No.
Sunday night football on 8/20.
I'm personally not ready for this matchup. I'll tell you that right now.
We have the 14-2 Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, quote unquote, said, "This is a Cinderella story. This is fairy tale stuff. You can't write this." And that's probably the perfect way to sum this game up. The winner of this game will be the number 1 seed in the NFC. They will get the first round bye and home field advantage. The loser will be the 5 seed and have to go to take their trip to the Super Bowl on the road. The Lions are favored minus 3 points. The over-under, 56.
First things first, I want to say if we lose this fucking game, I am fully confident we will win on the road. I want to get that out of the way.
Okay.
However, you want to hear a fucking fairy tale? I'll tell you a fucking fairy tale. The 2025 Detroit Lions winning the fucking Super Bowl after getting the fucking 1 seed and fucking having a 15-win season. That's a fucking fairy tale. So I'm taking my 1 seed. I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the Ford Field advantage. It's going to be a fucking shootout. It's going to be over. It's going to be a fucking gauntlet. It won't be over until the fucking last play of the game. Like, the last play of the game might be extremely important, and you might want to be the team with the ball. But I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the 1 seed, and I think that Dan Campbell's going to get these boys ready, and they're going to get it done. Plus, you want an analytical reason? Jared Goff is the best quarterback over the last 2 seasons against a Brian Flores run defense, which blitzes more than any other defense. Jared Goff has been the best at dissecting those blitzes and eating up the middle of the field when that happens. So if you want an analytical reason, there you go. I'm still taking the Lions. Someone else can go now.
No, I'm taking the Lions too. This is giving me big vibes all the way to 2022. This is the vibes of Michigan, Ohio State facing each other undefeated. The winner goes on to make the 4 team. And even though some bullshit happened with other teams losing, but before this game happened, these were the vibes. This is for the 1 seed. This is winner takes all. Fucking love it. Give me the boys in blue.
Yeah. I think whoever has the ball last is going to win this football game. If you want me to be fucking honest with you. If Minnesota has the ball last, they're winning. If Detroit has the ball last, they're winning.
And the over-under is 56.5, and I still think it's going to be over.
That's how I look at this football game. I think whoever finishes with the ball last is probably going to win this football game. So for those reasons, I'm taking Minnesota +3. But I do think that there is something to say about the first move that Brian Flores ever made was firing Ben Johnson. They brought that up in a press conference the other day. Ben Johnson smiled and gave a little giggle and said, "Oh, I remember. I well remember." I just think that it's something. I just think that that's something else that needs to be pointed out in this football game.
Oh, that just gets me excited. Like this man just sat up all night, like last night.
He goes, "Oh, I
he's
know.
gonna stay up
I remember.
all night tonight,
I
just
remember well."
fucking.
He said, "I remember. I remember well." Like
he's like, "Hey boys, remember those 3 plays that we said we'd never run? I think we might run."
Well, here's about 15 that we are gonna run about the same time.
But we're starting with those 3, and I got 20 more. He starts fucking.
Panay Sewell's going to be on a streak route.
Somebody's running a streak. Is that Panay on the outside next to J-Mo?
And they're going to be so focused on thinking we're going to give Panay the ball, they're going to forget to cover J-Mo. J-Mo's going to be wide open down the field.
And then you know what's going to happen? Jared Goff runs it 25 yards for a touchdown. Woo!
Run a wide receiver screen with Panay Sewell on the outside to block for J-Mo.
You're fired!
All right.
Brian Flores trying to figure out how to cover Panay Sewell. We can't cover him.
We got puck luck picks and downtown cash.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharpz, the better social network. With Sharpz mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharpz securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharpz for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
Alrighty. Downtown cash. Fuck it. Let's kick it off here. I actually got all fucking the games right here. 8:00 p.m. The Denver Nuggets are going.
Boo! Sorry.
The Denver Nuggets are going to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. It is Wemby and Jokic Part 2. Part 1, Wemby won, which is probably why the spread is only 3 points. But it's Part 2 now, bitches.
Give me Denver and a Jokic triple-double, baby.
Oh, shit. That's what I have. I have a revenge game from the Joker.
Yeah, I'll take them too.
Okie dokie. This next game was for Jesse, but his ass didn't want to show up, so thanks for that. We got the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors. Both teams are over 500. Both teams that should be a good game. We got a -2.5 point spread for Golden State.
Give me Memphis.
Ooh. Me too.
You know what? Fuck it. Why not? Let me ride again.
Let's go. Wow, look at us. 2 sweeps. This is horrible.
I don't even know what my picks percentage is at, so you know what? It can't get any worse.
This is going to go so bad. Let's just get to game number 3. We got no spread for this one. It is on Sunday. The Boston Celtics are taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. 2 of the fucking best teams in the league.
I hate Boston. It's going to be the Thunder.
I'm going to take Boston because I cannot do 3 sweeps.
Give me Boston.
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 Come on, Ty. Get on the Boston train.
Fuck Boston.
Boston fucks you.
And that's downtown cash. Puck luck pick.
Fuck Boston.
Boston fucks you.
you. Fuck you, Boston.
Boston, fuck you. All right.
Fucking a loop.
The CD has a scratch on it.
Gotta break the
CD
loop.
has a scratch on it. Woo! Woo! The Wings are 3-1 with their new coach. Let's go. All right. Anyways, game number 1. We have today, Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. The over/under is set 6.5. We have the St. Louis Blues taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are home, and they have not played yet this season.
The Blues haven't played yet
Give me the Jackets.
Blues haven't played yet this season, yet they have 19 wins, so that's crazy. But
these teams haven't played
each other. You. Somebody woke up with their brain turned off.
Yeah, somebody was just trying to have a little fun. I'm just pulling his peach. Give me the Blues. Your peach got pulled.
All right. I couldn't do this yesterday, but I can do this today. Game number 2 is happening also today at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, no.
At Wrigley Field. We have with the Wisconsin Badgers taking on the Michigan State Spartans in college hockey in the outdoor game. Over/under is 5.5. This is the last match of the season. Michigan State is up 2-1 in the series.
Michigan State, good at hockey. Augustine, best goalie in the league. Give me the Spartans.
Riding. I thought this game was yesterday, and I was sad that it's today because I had to wait. But I'm definitely watching this. I watched fucking the Michigan-Ohio State game, which was depressing. And then I watched the Penn State and Notre Dame game as well.
So are they doing 3 games? Is that what it is?
It's like a Big Ten, a Big Ten showcase.
Yeah.
But all the games are at Wrigley.
Yeah, there's 4 games.
All right,
yeah. It's cool.
But I will also be taking MSU in this matchup. Wisco ain't what they were last year.
A Spartan sweep? I got a boner.
A Spartan sweep and Luke's on the pod?
I'm hard.
I'm hard.
Hey, if this was last year, I would have probably picked Wisco.
But it's not.
Yeah, it's a Spartan sweep, Let's go!
What the fuck? That video is just too much going on, man.
It was so great.
Oh, man. All right. Game number 3 is happening Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm just guessing at the over/under. It'll probably come out within the next couple hours, but I'm saying it's going to be 6. We got the Panthers taking on the Avalanche, and the Avalanche is home. They have played before. This is the last matchup of the season, and Avs took the first game.
The Colorado Avalanche are on a fucking streak right now. They've won, is that 6 in a row?
Fucking tear.
Yeah, they're on a heater, so I'm going to take Colorado.
I am also taking Colorado. Cale Makar is also a fucking animal.
Right.
Yes.
Like that?
Kind of.
Well,
not quite.
Well, I'm going to be taking the Avs as well.
It's a Colorado sweep.
Don't say that. Then I think of the other Colorado team, and then it makes me mad.
Well.
Am I retarded? What's the other Colorado?
I'm not taking it back.
Think college football, Dylan.
Oh, you mean just Colorado. Gotcha.
Yep. So yeah,
That's Puck Luck Picks. That's Downtown Cash. Luke, is there any UFC? I truly don't know.
I don't think there is yet.
Mackenzie Darren's fighting next week.
I don't think there is. No, because UFC 11 is on the 18th.
Sounds good. All righty. Then that is all that we got for the pod, and we're at the 1 hour mark, so look at that. We did our jobs. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. We appreciate you. If you want to check us out on the socials, you can do that at Sharpz Sports Network. It's Sharpz Network over on X, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, on all the socials. Give us a follow, give us a like, hit the bell for notifications every time we go live. You know, and you can come in here, you can shoot the shit with us. We appreciate you. Also, download the Sharpz betting app over on the App Store. Use promo code TYCO011, TYCO011 when you sign up. It will help you a great deal. We appreciate you. Next time we will be live will be next Saturday. It's the winter time, so you know what that means. The Wednesday pods are out and the Saturday pods are in. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. I'm McDilly.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharpz, the better social network. With Sharpz mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharpz securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharpz for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.